confidential, pero hindi ho sinabing magpeke kayo ng acknowledgement receipts ang inilalagay doon.
Thank you. We call on Bibian Gulia again from ABS-CBN.
Sorry sir, to clarify lang yung sagot ninyo kanina. So kapag sinabi, it appears na yung acknowledgement, pirma sa acknowledgement receipt ay gawa-gawa lang, fabricated, spurious, ang pwede lang po dun na parang liability ay technical malversation. Tama po ba? Yun lang po yung nakikita ninyo. And ang liable lang po ba dito ay yung gumawa or supposedly gumawa ng acknowledgement receipt, or meron po bang liability din yung head of the office?
Well, hindi ho ako ang magiging prosecutor dito at ayoko namang, I cannot replace the role that the prosecutor, the Department of Justice plays in this particular case. Pero paulit-ulit po, dun sa bilang miyembro ng Good Government Committee, no, nandun tayo, paulit-ulit po na sinasabi, utos ng Vice Presidente. Tinanong natin si Gina Acosta, utos ni VP Sara. Tinanong natin si Edward Farda, utos si VP Sara. What else do we need? What more proof do we need to say that there is a clear command, this is a clear issue of command responsibility?
Thank you. Next questions from Krisa Subing-Subing of Inquirer.
Makikimic po ako dito. Hello po. Sundan ko lang po yung question ni Zandro po kasi yun nga po, baka yung excuse na non-existent si Mary Grace Piatos ay code name lang po siya. Since kayo po ay, of course, meron din po kayong mga confidential funds as local officials, can you explain to us, paano po ba siya in-operationalize? Is it normal to use code names po even sa ARs for confidential funds?
Well, wala akong local government experience, but in all documents, no, kahit sa pagre-roll out namin ng mga social welfare programs ng different government agencies that are course to the district offices, our principle has always been not to use any fictitious entity. Honesty is the best policy. Kaya I'm very proud na wala po sa aming distrito, and I would like to believe na lahat kaming congressman, para panatag ang aming kalooban kung ano yung mga vouchers na dapat pirmahan, yung talagang totoong tao. Now, kung non-existent si Mary Grace Piatos, I guess obvious na ang implications nito. There was fraud and falsification. So bahala na ang prosecutors kung anong dapat gawin dyan. Pero dito sa Quadcom, nakikita natin lumalabas isa-isa. Isa ito sa mga mabuting bunga, no? Saddening, but ito ang natutuklasan natin na very chichirya. Very chichirya. So ako yung napupunta sa papagasalina ako, dumadaan ako doon sa convenience store. Tinitignan ko ngayon yung brand na yon. Tapos pag ako'y nag-o-order ng aking mga saymad, naaalala ko tuloy, sabi ko, my God, how creative in that sense. But really, this is no laughing matter. I guess it was the most imprudent decision. Kung ito ang dinesisyon nila na basta pumirma ka lang dyan, lusot na yan. Wrong. Lumalabas ang katotohanan.
Well, I like to raise 3 points lang. Una, napaka-convenient naman na sabihin nila code name to. Di sana sinabi nila mula nung una pa. 'Di ba? Pero there has been no statement, there has been no clarification, there has been no insinuation to that end, 'di ba? They stood by. In fact, pinanindigan nila na naitama ang kanilang mga acknowledgement receipts. Why? Because there's a notarized certification. Diba? May legal weight siguro yon. Pangalawa, as I said, there's the totality of actions. The fact na yung banded officer tinurn over without due authority, pwede nga natin sabihin, may usurpation pa ng powers ng SDO, yung tumanggap na official. Maraming kaso to. Kung naisa tama to, bakit kailangan gawin ng ganon? Ang daming palusot. Pangatlo, hindi ho absolute ang confidentiality. Klaro po ang guidelines sa joint circular sa paggamit ng confidential funds. Ang reports po lahat 'yon confidential, pero hindi ho sinabing magpeke kayo ng acknowledgement receipts. Hindi po pwedeng sabihin pekein nyo kasi confidential yan. Ang sinabi lang, confidential siya, pero even that confidentiality is not absolute, especially when there is a notice of disallowance. At may mga red flags tayong nakita. Kasi katulad niya ng sinasabi natin paulit-ulit, accountability in the end will always define the amount of confidentiality that is required. Pera ho ito ng taong bayan. Kung isipin nyo, we're not talking about 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. We're talking about 500 million pesos na drenowing ng tanggapan ng Vice President.
Okay, that guy. Kindly identify yourself in the media representation.
Hello
Sorry,
po, good afternoon. I'm Lance from Newswatch Plus. Ask ko lang po, itong bagong development kay Mary Grace Piatos, how will this play into the ongoing impeachment case against the Vice President? Do you think this has a stronger merit dahil sa bagong lumabas na ganito?
When we study the grounds for impeachment, merong betrayal of public trust, graft and corruption, misuse, misallocation of funds, possibly this could be used as evidence. Yun lang ang nakikita kong implications. But of course, i-review ulit yan. Kasi panibagong proceedings mangyayari sa Justice Committee before the committee report is made and then submitted for deliberations on the plenary. Parang panukalang batas din, nagdadaan din sa proseso. So ito, maaaring karagdagang ebidensya in favor or against. Pero siguro pwede nating sa ilalim yan sa isa sa mga grounds for impeachment as stated in the Constitution.
Hindi ko pa nabasa yung kabuuan ng impeachment complaint, pero hindi ako sigurado kung ito boy kasama na dun sa mga articles na in-identify ng mga petitioners. Sabi ko lang, katulad na paulit-ulit yung sinasabi, ang pinakakongkretong batayan ng public trust, ng public office sa public trust, paano ginagamit ang pondo ng bayan? Kaya kung meron mang pagkakamali at meron mang gawang-gawang mga acknowledgement receipts na nakita natin na may proof tayo ng pagwawaldas ng pera ng bayan, sa tingin ko is at plain sight, a clear betrayal of public trust.
Thank you. For our final question of the day, we turn to Red Mendoza from Manila Times.
Hi po. Kung kahapon po, sabi ng COA, may lumabas na COA document, unqualified opinion ang Office of the Vice President. Parang sinasabi ng COA na walang naging issues or kung meron man naging issues, na-resolve na po ito ng Office of the Vice President for the period ending December 31, 2023. Do you think po ba this would wobble the impeachment complaint? Kasi unqualified opinion na po ito eh. And as additional pa po doon, one of the articles of the impeachment said na betrayal of public trust due to her meltdown. Sir, do you think po ba it would say the President na kunyari mag-meltdown ng isang public official, should we say the President, impeachable na siya? Mag-meltdown ng isang presidente, impeachable na kaya siya?
I just want to clarify, Ang sabi mo, nag-issue ang statement ng COA.
There is a COA opinion. Meron
Opinion.
na po. Unqualified
Do
opinion
you have
po.
a copy of
Meron
that
po.
opinion?
Nung po sa social media, lumabas po yung report ng
Ang
COA.
anong sabi exactly?
What was said was unmodified opinion po.
Unmodified
Yes,
opinion.
Unmodified opinion.
Hindi unqualified.
Ayun, unmodified opinion. We conduct our audit in accordance with international standards of supreme audit institutions. yung isang portion po is, in our opinion, the company financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the OBP as of December 31, 2023, and its financial performance, statement of cash flows, statement of changes in net assets equity, statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts for the year and notes for
Yeah.
financial statements are in accordance with international public sector accounting standards. So, unmodified opinion po siya.
So that statement covers fiscal year what?
Until 2023 po. 2023.
Oh, pero yung 2023. Okay. So does that also include yung confidential
Yeah.
funds?
Ang tanong, categorically, kasama ba ang confidential funds?
Wala po na-mention po
Correct.
dito
Tama
sa
po.
report nung ano.
Kasi ang pagkakaalam ho natin, ang paraan ho ng pag-audit ng confidential funds ay hiwalay po sa pag-audit ng mga regular funds ng isang ahensya. Hindi ko na mo binabaliwala ng yung opinion ng COA, no? Pero sinabi na rin ho ng COA sa atin na in the process of auditing, katulad nung 2022 din, sinabi din nila na unqualified. Pero dun po lumabas din ang mga problemadong mga acknowledgement receipts. Doon po din lumabas ang mas maraming katanungan. At tinanong natin ng COA, in-okay nyo lang ba yan? Sinabi nila, in-okay nila at face value. It does not preempt, no? A COA's opinion does not preempt. The fact that there is a COA opinion and there is a notice of disallowance tells us something. Da meron pang mga katanungan. Minsan madali lang gamitin ng isang dokumento na ayon sa gusto nating pag-intindi. So I don't think it should distract Congress if ever we will have to deliberate on the impeachment petition because as I said, COA mismo ang nagsabi, mga tauhan mismo ng COA ang nagsabi nung pagdinig na tinanggap lang nila yung mga attachment as it is, di ba? Tinakba yung mga safe houses, tinanggap lang nila as it is nang wala. So it does not preempt, it does not preclude even the impeachment court or the impeachment pre-impeachment proceedings to look into these issues further, di ba? Pwede namang unqualified, unmodified. Pero meron palang nakaligtaan o pwede palang na-fabricate, di ba? At that time, tinanggap si Mary Grace Piatos kasi wala namang nagtatanong. Nung nalaman natin at ngayon sinabi ng PSA na walang Mary Grace Piatos, papabayaan na lang ba natin na ganun? Nagawa-gawa yung mga sinumiti sa COA? Siguro, yun ang kailangan nating klaruhin.
Yung sa impeachment po, kasi one of the articles said na betrayal of public trust due to a public meltdown. Do you think po ba it's enough to impeach an official due to a meltdown?
Out of respect for the office of the Vice President, even if I don't like the Vice President that much at the moment, I would rather not give an opinion on that. But everybody saw what she did. Diba? It has embarrassed the nation for somebody to conduct herself in that way. I think what we saw was clear in itself. It is something should we tolerate? I think kahit nga kami, ang sasabihin namin, how do we conduct ourselves publicly, kailangan namin bantayan. Congressman nga lang kami. Paano pa kaya kung pangalawang pangulo na?
So dun sa statement ng COA, totoo ang sinabi ni Kong Jude. Para sa akin pa nga, merong parang element of negligence na basta tinanggap nila yung mga dokumento at tinanggap ang kanilang veracity at face value, no? Pero we cannot ignore the fact that we're discovering so many things sa Quadcom. Nakakagulat, it's disconcerting, and of course, it merits our 100% attention. We cannot simply ignore the fact that, yun na nga, non-existent pala yung Mary Grace Piatos. And it opens a Pandora's box of so many more questions. So, how do I take that statement? So easy to make a statement, but I'd rather focus on what we're discovering as the investigations go on. Now, yung
Betrayal of public trust due to
okay.
meltdown.
But yes, because kung anong gawin ng second highest official of the land has implications. And I think we should all be aware of this, kaming mga public servants. And totoo lang, Kong Jude, the other day, meron akong ka-text, no, galing from my friend in Spain, no. Tinext niya ako, uy, alam mo yung nangyayari sa inyo, parang hindi maganda sa image ng bansa ninyo. It's true. Alam mo yung naging coverage at saka yung mga headlines sa iba't ibang bansa na yung vice presidente pinagbantaan ng buhay ng pangulo, tapos yung first lady, tapos yung house speaker. Never heard in the history of the world. I mean,
Not in civilized democracy.
not in a civilized democracy. I would think that siguro kung merong mga ganong thoughts, that cross the minds of people, things would be done in more subtle way. Pero ito talagang tahas-tahasan. No holds barred and
No joke.
no joke, and with much defiance, no? Para bang for a moment nakalimutan na meron palang mga patakaran at mga protocol at saka merong mga konsiderasyon na dapat laging sinasalang-alang naming mga public officials. Kaya nga, kanina natatanong ako bakit nagkaganon kaya ang ating Vice Presidente. Maybe it was a call for help. Baka nasa isang, I don't know, kung mental health. Maybe it was a call for more sympathia from her followers. But I'd rather see the Sara Duterte na calm and serene that we saw. Natutuwa kami mga legislators pag nakita namin siya, just like the vice president should be, like a vice president should be answering the questions with much respect, waiting for her turn, and respecting everyone. Respect begets respect. Yun lang naman po.
Last na lang po. Kung Jude, may mga ini-endorso po na candidate, you're right, from Tacloban po, kasi merong ini-endorso na candidate ang mga Pro-Duterte forces na isang Nene Bacale na kalaban daw ni Speaker Romualdez sa 1st District ng Leyte. Your thoughts about it po? Kasi siya daw po ang sinasabi nilang parang kalaban daw ni Speaker. Kasi the Pro-Duterte forces have been consolidating their power and they're saying na ito daw dapat ang iboto against daw kay Speaker.
Alam nyo, election to, so malaya pong pumili ang ating mga kababayan kung sinong gusto nila. At sa lahat ho ng history ng election sa 1st District ng Leyte, hindi ho ako botante doon, nasa 2nd District po ako, pero madalas ho ako nasa 1st District. Wala ho ako nakitang violence, wala ho ako nakitang pamimilit o pang-aaway ng mga tao dahil lang ho iba ang choice nila. Tungkol naman kay Ma'am Nene, kilala ko po siya masyado na ang turo ko sa akin, kung wala akong sasabihing maganda, wag na lang akong magsalita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Red. My apologies, but we have to entertain Marian or Gab. Gab Lalo from Inquirer Online.
Sir, sorry kasi na-mention yung sa unmodified opinion. Clarify ko lang, kapag sinabi bang unmodified opinion, ibig sabihin malinis na. Kasi ang pagbabasa namin, sir, pag sinabing unmodified opinion, yung papel na pinasa ng agency is yun yung nire-require ng COA, not necessarily indicating na malinis yung transactions.
Katulad ng sinabi ko, hindi ko masyadong pamilya kasi nag-uusap nga kami ni Congresswoman Roman, may ang unqualified, unmodified, iba-iba kasi yun eh. May technical, pero be it as it may, ang sinasabi ko lang, whether it's how COA understands it does not preclude the fact that we can still look into it. And we did. And we saw something wrong with it. Diba? So, kahit yung COA, tinanong mo, bakit nyo tinanggap nyo? Kasi tinanggap namin. Kasi it fits into the technical parameters of kasi hindi naman namin kailangan tingnan, totoo ba to si Mary Grace Piatos? Nakita nila, acknowledgement. So, wala. Pero nandun yung notice of disallowance, nandun yung ibang grounds para natin tignan at yan ang ginawa ng Kongreso dun sa pagdinig ng good government.
Sorry, baka lang sir, pahabol lang po. Kongs, baka gusto nyo lang mag-comment kasi meron po yung Divina Law senior partner ni Attorney Buco de la Cruz and meron po siya mga comments regarding po sa filing po ng impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte saying na it's bad timing citing Congress prescribed period to act po on the complaint. So sinabi po niya na yung 5 to 6 grounds po ng impeachment unlikely to secure the required 1/3 vote. So maaari mas maganda mag-focus daw on 2 to 3 stronger grounds associated to higher crimes instead.
That would be work of the Committee on Justice. So we'll leave it. We will not preempt the Committee of Justice how to proceed on that matter.
Thank you. We kindly ask our honorable leaders to share their parting words.
Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon na mag-exchange tayo ng ideas, na masagutan yung mga katanungan. Mula po sa House of Representatives, we'd like to reiterate that whatever proceedings or how we process yung mga impeachment complaints will be a transparent and objective process where everybody will be given the chance to air their side and where there is due process. This is something we want to uphold as lawmakers, aside from the rule of law na dapat champion naming lahat ng mga halal ng bayan. So makakaasa kayo na pananatiliin nating independent, transparent, and respectful of the law kung anumang mga processes and proceedings na magaganap po dito sa House of Representatives. Let us do our work and we can assure you that kung ano man ang maging resulta ay mababase sa katotohanan. The truth will prevail.
Una sa lahat, nais ko pong magpasalamat sa inyong mga katanungan. Malaga po namin na nalalaman namin sa pamamagitan po ninyo ang mga katanungan ng ating mga kababayan kasi ito po'y nagpapaalala sa amin ang mga ano bang issue ang kailangan natin bigyan linaw, bigyan diin, ano yung mga kailangan unahin. At dahil po sa mga pagkakataong ito, mas nagiging maayos po at nagiging mas tapat po at responsive ang paglilingkod bayan ng inyong House of Representatives. So, we thank you for this opportunity to be able to hear from you these questions. And rest assured po, hindi naman ho lahat na sagot namin siguro ayon sa we were not able to answer all questions fully, but rest assured, as they say, action matters more than words, that your Congress will act as expeditiously as possible on what is best for the country. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Chairperson Roman and Chairman Asidre for joining us today. To everyone, maraming salamat po. Magandang tanghali.